Hello everyone, Savage Gaming A1 here, and today I want to be a little bit late to the party here and talk about Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. The footage you're seeing here is me playing Plants vs. Zombies Replanted on the Nintendo Switch, which allegedly, I can't speak today. Anyway, it's apparently the worst one. Like, this is the worst edition of the game since launch. Like, this is the one that had the most problems. This is the one that sucked. Like, this is the worst of all of the ones that released on any other console. Um, so let's talk about it. I want to give my personal thoughts on it because I genuinely want to talk about it. But yeah, I think Plants vs Zombies Replanted is a mess of a PR. It was more of a PR mess, to state the least. I felt like there was more backlash on the team that made the game than the actual game itself until the game came out, and then there were some people complaining about the problems with the game. Then that's when I draw the line and go, okay, yeah, this game's pretty bad. But you know what? At the end of the day, I have to admit, I beat the game all the way. I completed the story mode, and I played a little bit of the new content levels, and we'll talk about that later in the video. But I feel like this game, leading up to the launch, it was a PR disaster. I felt like this game had the biggest, like, oh my god, PvZ, so cool, and then realizing that it's a remaster of the first game that has HDR, bigger, better resolutions. Great, right? Obviously, from this footage, I can definitely see a difference between old Plants vs. Zombies and new Plants vs. Zombies. I do have a bit of some footage error, not footage error, but some display errors in this. The game seemed really bright on my end. I don't know if it was a game bug, if it was an HDR thing. I thought it was an HDR thing, so I turned it down, and it helped a little, but not much. So I think it's a game thing. Who knows? So let's see. Up to its launch, if you pre-ordered the game, you got a retro pea shooter skin, and everyone who bought the game automatically had the retro zombie skin unlocked. That was a selling point, apparently. It was a selling point of the game entirely, where it was like, hey, if you pre-order this game, you get a free pre-shooter skin. Besides, outside of that marketing, there really wasn't any more marketing for this game besides the highly put in effort for the trailer, which, unfortunately, I really wished it was MW3. MW3? I mean, Garden Warfare 3. Sorry, Call of Duty's been on my mind for a minute. So, I wish I was Garden Warfare 3, to be honest, but we got a remaster. I was like, okay, whatever. We'll try it. We'll figure it out. I played it. I liked it. If I want to give like different ratings to. I want to give like a rating before the patch and after the patch, because I beat the game after the first update came out, so it's a bit better. Also, here's that part of the HDR issues. I actually recorded, I actually did like a bunch of editing and recording for this video already. However, the audio file for this video kind of messed up, so I have to do a voiceover over my voiceover, which actually never got recorded, so I'm doing a voiceover over nothing, which was supposed to be something, if you understand where I'm coming from. But, anyway, yeah, back to the game now. So, like I was saying, I want to rate this game before the patch. It's a 4 out of 10. But after the patch, it's 7 out of 10. And let's get to the 4 out of 10 stuff first. Reason why it's 4 out of 10: A, PR disaster. B, the game was a PR disaster, especially when it came to EA and PopCap even showing off the artwork for the game. They said, "Oh yeah, early concepts of the first game that no one's ever seen before." Bro, you showed me a picture of the All-Star from Garden Warfare. Like, come on, dude. There were literally guns from Garden Warfare in the PvZ 1 book. Like, in the in-game art book, there's, like, where you get to see all the early concepts. I honestly think that some of them are hand-drawn, like, scribbles of certain things. Well, I mean, like, there's more reasons. The co-op didn't work well on day one, especially when you're playing on Nintendo Switch. You physically cannot, I can't explain this enough. But if you played mouse and controller, or try to do double mouse on Switch, unable to. The game would crash and you would have to restart the whole thing. It took a while, but me and my brother eventually settled on one of us playing on mouse and the other one playing on controller, you know, just normal thumbsticks. And wow, just wow. I can't believe that was such a huge oversight, I feel like, on EA or PopCap's part, where not being able to play double mouse on the Nintendo Switch 2. That is such an unfortunate oversight, and I can't believe that they didn't do that. Besides that, the rapid bugs of being able to practically become God mode in every level and skip the entire game, and there was a glitch where once you got to a certain area of the game, you physically couldn't go forward because the item entity, so like I think it was a letter or a plant seed that you couldn't pick up, and it wouldn't allow you to go forward. And co-op made it even worse, because if you're playing in co-op, if the guy was using mouse, or in any other co-op, if you touched it, you would lose the mouse to it, and it wasn't great. You would lose your mouse and have the person who was playing player 2 become player 1, and the whole game would crash again. It was not fun at all. And yeah, that's just like all I really have to say negatively about the game. I'm sure there will be more negative stuff upon thinking about more of the positive stuff, but positively, I give this game a 7 out of 10 after the update, because it is a faithful remake of the first game. I cannot lie, you're literally looking at it. You can look at this gameplay here, go look at PvZ gameplay when the first one came out, there's no difference. This is exactly the same gameplay. Like, there is nothing different here. If you're looking for variety, go find a different game to look at, because this is your ordinary remaster of a tower defense game that came out, what, 2009, somewhere around there. This is nothing to write home about. I can say, however, the content for this game, the new content for this game, is something to actually look forward to. I didn't think I would like the new content in this game, but I'll tell you what, it was pretty cool. Let's start off by talking about, obviously, the game modes and some of the niche-er stuff. So first things first, they brought back Couch Co-op, which was a Xbox 360 game mode. I personally really love that game mode. I think playing through levels together and stories were great. I also think that there were a couple mini games that actually weren't in the original game, or that were locked behind different regions of the game, and that you couldn't play in America. I do know that if you scroll down to the bottom of the achievements list, you get to play the PvZ China, which is, I guess you play Plants vs. Zombies on the Great Wall of China, and it's pretty cool. I've actually never been able to do that before, and it was an interesting game mode. A hard one, too. That was really, really hard. Besides that, moving forward a little bit more, PvZ Replanted offered to bring a better resolution with some better graphics or more HD port graphics or HDR graphics, and I cannot lie, it does. This game pops on the Switch 2 insanely. I love playing this game on my Switch 2. It looks so good, handheld and on my monitor. It looks great. I was playing, like, right now you're seeing me capture this through a capture card, but, like, even then, like, it looks fantastic. I love it. Oh, wow, I just got a corn. Catapult corn. Cool. So, I think a big part as well with the positivity is the amount of I played this when I was little, or the amount of nostalgia that you get just from playing is a big factor for me. I played this game when I was a kid, so like I had a huge like childhood with this game, and obviously it hit me with a big nostalgia bait, and it was pretty fun. And I cannot lie, I would play it all over again because I love this game to death. PvZ is so much fun. We're about to hit that mark in the video where I'm gonna edit to the end of the game, not the Zomboss fight. I know I'm a horrible human being for not showing at least any footage of the Zomboss fight, but they did something to the end credit song, the zombies on your lawn. They actually did a little something different, and this is what amped up my likeness for the game a little bit more, where they redid how the ending song would go, or like how it's presented, and it's really cool. It is really, really, really cool. And yeah, I think also there are the different game modes, as in the Cloudy Day game mode, and the bonus level game modes, and the RIP game mode, and Adventure Plus, because you'll also see here very shortly the other option you have in the end credit scene that is pretty weird, and I actually got to test it out, and it's crazy. I don't have any footage of it because I played it off camera, but it was really, really hard. So we are about to actually head over to that clip here in a second, but yeah, okay, here's this clip now. So the ending of the game gives you the option to do the harder, but it has a harder like checkbox that it asks you if you want, and then they show the Zombies on Your Lawn music video on the TV that was in the Plants vs. Zombies Replanted trailer, and it's just such a cool little thing because it's like, I'm a huge fan of the story and the environment around Plants vs. Zombies, and just seeing stuff like this, like, and stuff that like Crazy Dave would have had, is really, really, really cool. Especially when the photo in the background is a snapshot of Neighborville from Battle for Neighborville, and it is super, super, super cool. And then but yeah, there's the harder button down there at the bottom. If you check that off and go into New Game Plus, you actually get a harder version of the game. The game gives you a lot more zombies and a lot like more tiered zombies at beginning levels, and almost all tiered zombies at the end of the game. Obviously with some exceptions like the Yeti, because the Yeti, you're guaranteed to find the Yeti on your second playthrough, almost guaranteed. I've seen people not be able to get the Yeti on the second playthrough. Besides that, this was the ending of the game, and I was super stoked about it, and honestly, it bumped my score up by like 1 or 2 points, but yeah. Now we are out of the credit scene, which the actual credit scene is a black screen with a black we're in a black box, and the credit rolls by, and a sunflower is sitting there, and it keeps going. It wakes up and it falls asleep, back and forth, and you can see here I turn on RIP mode. I kind of read about it. RIP mode is a 1 is a one chance try to complete all the levels in adventure mode. You only get 1 random lawnmower, and if you die, your run is permanently over, which is really cool. It's a nice one-shot thing. I did get to play it. It's hard. That's a nerve-wracking thing there to play. Cloudy Day was really cool too. Cloudy Day is the normal like day modes, but clouds come in and make your sunflowers go to sleep, which makes you want to conserve your suns a bit more and have better placement with plants and everything else. So you can see here they have all of the game modes laid out in front of you, so you can look at all the game modes, and if you ever beat the game again, maybe you can go and pick another choice. Here are the Cloudy Day game modes. As you can see, like literally the first level of Cloudy Day has a I think they're called the Javelin zombies. And yeah, I think after playing the patch and playing the game and having a really fun time with it, I really enjoyed this game. And I give it a 7 out of 10. That's all I have to say, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!